Welcome back to Live on Bowen, proudly sponsored by Claustrophobia Razors, for a shave that's a little too close for comfort. My next guest is... Why not? My next guest has dedicated his life to football as both a highly successful player and coach with 10 grand finals and 4 premierships to his name. He's now an ambassador for the sport and tours the country giving inspirational talks to children and adults alike. Please welcome AFL legend and motivational speaker, Tommy Hafey!
Terrific, thanks, Darren. Thanks, mate.
Come grab a seat up here.
Grab a seat, grab a seat. Yeah, right.
Thanks for coming along, mate. You get around a fair bit these days. You're touring around at schools and
everywhere.
What's the work with schools that you're doing at the moment?
Well, I talk to the children about being the best they can be.
Yes.
I talk very strong against drinking and smoking, making fools of themselves, their families and things like that. But I talk about just, don't have to be the smartest, but just be the best you can be. That's what I talk about. Yeah.
Well, it's interesting actually because you talk about not drinking and smoking and doing all those things that can affect your fitness like that. You had a New Year's resolution back in 1972. Tell us about your New Year's resolution.
Well, I have New Year resolutions all the time, and as when my little girls are coming through the years, and I write them down. I still do. Yeah. And I read 24 books. I go to 6 new places. I go to the movies 12 times. Take my wife to a new restaurant once a month. I don't know that one got in actually. I don't think it's even my handwriting when I come to think about it. And I also go to 6 concerts. And one of my daughters said, "Dad, you only make New Year resolutions you know you can keep." I said, "Fair enough." I said, "I'll tell you what, I won't eat lollies, biscuits or cakes for 12 months. That was 42 years ago, and I've not had a lolly, biscuit or cake for 42 years.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. What I tell the children and everybody, talk is nothing, it's action.
Exactly.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to encourage everybody, to be the best, but also don't be a gunner. Just do.
Be a doer. Don't be a gunner, be a doer. So if I was to say I've got a bowl of M&M's out the back, you'd be,
No, I'm always off for those things, but I just don't take it. But I also talk about, you see, 7 of the last 35 Brownlow medal winners got the sack at their previous club.
That's right.
The top 15 richest men in Australia, I read this in the paper once, not one went to university. 6 of the players in Sydney Swans premiership team last year were rejects from other league clubs.
Yeah, so and all these people have overcome all of these things.
Yeah, and that's a big point.
It's all about that goal setting that you're preaching all the time. Now, mate, you're not shy to disclosing this fact. You are how old?
82.
82 years old, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I keep myself fit, and as you're probably aware, I've never tasted alcohol or smoked, and there's been quite a few people done exactly the same thing, but I just say still go to the gym. I was one of the first players playing AFL who used the weights, and that came about because one of our very, very good friends as a teenager, Lenny Triggernown, finished up representing Australia Olympic Games in 1956, so I'd go down to his place and train with the weights that he had, and then I went to the gyms. I bought my own weights in 1952. They're very rusty, but they weigh exactly what they were when I first bought them. And I try and encourage everybody, and I try and tell everybody, and I was actually at the retirement village yesterday at Williamstown, to go to the gym and do exercises and things like that, because unfortunately too many people don't get their checkups, and as you know, Australia with obesity and things like that. So that's what I try and encourage.
You've got an amazing level of discipline. What is your workout regime?
Well, I get up at 5:20 each day. I run 5 or 6K. I'm a slowest treacle. It used to be about 12K, but I'm down to 6. I do about 10 minutes of stretching exercise on the beach. This morning I did 330 push-ups. I go for a swim in the bay. When I come home, I do 700 sit-ups. I never miss. I might come back after taking football training at Bensdale or some little place like that, and it might be 1:30 I got to bed. The alarm goes off at 5:20. I think, you are joking. I've just got to bed. I've had a big day. I've got a big day coming up and get no excuses. You just do it. That's the way I look at the whole thing. Yeah.
Well, I reckon too. How inspirational! Now, you've got a mantra that you live by, and you call it the 4 Ds. What is the 4 Ds?
Well, that's one of the things I speak to the children as well. Desire, so important. Then dedication. Don't be a talker, just be a doer. then determination, making certain that you give it your best shot all the time, and also discipline, and that's up to your destiny. So my 4Ds, Tommy Hafey's 4Ds, is desire, dedication, determination, and discipline, and you add it up to your destination.
It all equals to your destination.
And I say to the children in the schools, look, the teachers do a mighty, mighty job. Nobody would know better than I, because I see it all the time, and I see some of the pharaohs who bring children into this world now. It is so sad, and they do a mighty job. And I say, your parents love you. You've got a great history. The school's great, but it comes down to you. If it is to be, it is up to me. 10 little words, and I suggest they write them in the diary. I say, write these things down. 10 little words, 2 letters in each word. So it's interesting, isn't it?
We've just seen some footage just here of you having a talk to the schools there. How many schools do you think you'd visit, like every week, month, year?
I would do probably nearly 100. 100 a year. 100 a year, yeah.
100 a
but
year.
I also take footy training, and I've taken footy training at 20 different places which have not got a general store or a hotel. Got a football netball club, pretty important. And I was talking to that beautiful Peter Dacos. He spoke at a correctional centre where only one of the 100 youths in jail played sport of any kind. It nearly speaks for itself, doesn't it, really? That's why I say you don't have to be a star. You don't have to play the better-known sports. You just get out, find a sport that can suit you along that line. Yeah.
Well, mate, if you've got any health and fitness advice, because, I mean, these days it's so hard to keep yourself healthy and fit. There's so much out there to try and prevent you from doing it. People are making a lot of money off this, right? It's a huge industry. People want to sell you bad food, and they want you to sit on the couch and watch their TVs. What do you say to the viewers at home to give them some advice on what they should be doing, just even to start off, to get into something?
Well, I tell a lot of people to go to the gym. It's a great place. You can feel good about yourself, but you're going to look after your diet. All those sort of are so important. Have your checkups. Like, I think that's important as well. But I try and encourage everybody to do those things. I do 100 talks, as I say, the schools, probably 50, 60 footy clubs, and probably about another 50 in the corporate area. Well,
look, I've just got some stats here, and I want to run these out because we are running out of time. But you've had an amazing football career on top of all of this, which really kicked it all off for you. I'm just going to read the stats here because you played 67 games for the Richmond Football Club. You captained and coached Shepparton in the Goulburn Valley League. You had 3 successful back-to-back premierships. You coached 4 AFL teams, Richmond, Collingwood, Geelong, Sydney Swans, over 500 AFL, VFL games, and you had a 66% win record. Now, I'm going to ask you, if you had one memory, and that I've just read that much, guys, all right? There's an entire page, and this was summarising it. There's some amazing achievements there. If you were to relive, and here's some footage right here, back in the playing, is that the playing days there that you had?
No, I think it would have been coaching. I'm not
coaching?
No.
Yeah. Now, if you were to relive one amazing memory that you had back in the day, if you had the opportunity, could you narrow it down to one?
Well, I guess one football moment would be playing your first game, because you're not quite certain if you're going to get there. And I'm a pretty ordinary player at that level, and I'm 19th man, and they send me on. For the first time I picked up the ball, bang, goal. You know why? Because I was facing that way. No other reason. I can tell you right now. But being connected with so many people and keeping in touch with them all the time, I think that's the important thing. Going to their weddings, and we've got 3 or 4 big functions coming up in the next couple of weeks, just with players who I played with 100 years ago.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're an absolute inspiration. Tommy Hafey. Ladies and gentlemen, Tommy Hafey!
Thanks, Aaron. Thank you.
Thank you, Tommy. And you can find out more about Tommy on his website, tommyhafey.com.au. We'll be right back with more Live on Bowen straight after this.